worries. Here we go. We're going to re-gate them. Full gate here. 30-second board goes sideways. Gate is going to drop. We're going to head down into turn number 1. And Morin through the first turn. He's going to grab the whole shot once again. In behind him, we're going to have Aiden. And look at the battle as they head down to the center portion of the track here. Through the right-hander, taking the lead. Looks like Jin on the TLD Red Bull ride. And we're going to try and stick with him throughout this opening lap. Look at the battle's already taking shape here. As Aiden trying to make moves early on. A couple of the riders we're going to be on the lookout for here throughout the evening are in this moto. Morin going to be one of them. Aiden is going to be another. So Morin puts himself in a great position here on the opening lap. Let's stick with this front battle. Up and over the triple they go, dropping back down and in onto the top portion of the racetrack here at Muddy Creek Raceway. And your leader, Jin, on the TLD Red Bull ride. Up and over the quad he goes. Here he goes into the table. And looking comfortable here on the opening lap as we step back just a little bit to give you a good shot of this racetrack here. Now we're going to bring things back down and in.
So I'm on board right now, Cal, with One Shot, who was our previous season B-class winner, and he is dead last right now trying to hard charge through this pack.
And look at these guys as they work their way through. We're going to give you a shot of the whole entire field here. Coming through the triple up the hill. Now we are going to head back to the leaders. Morin here on this Prospect Designs Kawasaki. Look at this as he is really starting to lay it down. Meanwhile, your leader, he's got a little bit of a gap here. Into turn number 1 he goes. He's going to drop back down and in. That TLD Red Bull ride really starting to bark. Here comes second. That's Morin. Third place now. This is Luca on the BTR Kawasaki ride. Luca on the move. Didn't get that start that he was looking for, but look at this. He rails the inside. Up and over the finish line he goes. Luca trying to do something here on this Kawasaki, and he's down. Luca goes down after the finish line. Aiden able to make a move, and he is now gonna bump up a spot. That's gonna put him into the top 3. So Aiden making things happen here, and there's Nye. So let's try and stick with this battle. We got Nye going at it right here with Aiden. And behind them, there's Luca, and here comes Liquor now. Jimbo right there with him. Smickelfondo and Silva on the Tryhard team. Frosty in there on the MXB Mods Honda. Let's see him go up and over this triple here. The biggest jump on the racetrack besides this quad that they'll be approaching now. And let's keep our eyes right here with Blazin and Aiden on the FXR Kawasaki. Another rider goes down. That's going to be Smickelfrodo. And we're going to head right on back over here as they come back down into the center portion of the racetrack. All this action here tonight brought to you by Mook Lab, MX Light, Piboso, MXB Mods, and of course the Backyard MX community with Factory Goon.
It looks like Morin with Prospect Designs has caught Jin on the TLD Red Bull in first, and we have a near bar-to-bar battle for the lead as we come close to the finish line.
Here we go, back up to the front. Morin now making something happen here. You can see this racetrack beginning to really take shape here. And Aiden right onto the rear wheel of Morin. And we're going to head on board with Morin right here. We're going to pay attention to this battle for second. And it's a three-way battle for the lead. Morin on the inside line. Aiden right in behind him on a TLD Red Bull ride. That's Jin out front. These two Red Bull riders trying to make something happen as they go up and over this step-up triple here into the left-hander. Aiden now able to make a move on Morin. So Morin now back into the number 3 spot. As they approach this quad, let's see if all the riders can get up and over. It looks like Aiden's gonna come up. Oh no, he opts to triple there. So I thought he was gonna come up a little bit shy on the quad, but he let off a little bit there, did the triple single option. A little bit different, but worked out well for him. And here comes Morin, still holding on to the number 3 spot. Let's go on board with Aiden as he is trying to run down the leader. And dropping back down and in now through that right-hander. Look at how rough it's beginning to get. And something that you'll notice about Muddy Creek Raceway is it does not hold back. You will see these big lines start to form. Lots of braking bumps, lots of things happening here in these motos that can cause a problem for these riders, and Jin gets a little bit sideways. Look at Aiden as he approaches the rear wheel here. And back towards the finish line they go to the inside, both riders. Aiden falling in behind Jin now. This is the battle on the racetrack. We cannot leave it. We gotta stay right here. Welcome to the Backyard MX preseason B-Class first moto. We're watching Aiden go at it with Jin right now, the 2 TLD Red Bull riders, side by side, up and over the table now. And here we go into the right-hander. Next up is going to be the uphill triple on the outside. Aiden makes a move, and he is up and over. Look at this. Jin's going to come up a little bit short, so he's going to lose that position, but Aiden goes down. Aiden is on the ground. He throws it away. He takes the lead, but he finds himself on the ground. This is big. Because right now, Jin has that in the back of his mind. He knows. He just seen that happen. That means Aiden is feeling the pressure right now. Let's see what he can do to recover.
So just a little bit of an update. Our previous season B-Class winner, One Shot, I mentioned earlier, got a terrible start in a dead last 26th, and with a little bit more than halfway through this moto, he has moved his way up to 12th. So One Shot is hard charging through the pack right now.
So here we go, on board with One Shot. Let's see what he can do. He finds himself in between a sandwich of about 4 riders here. Just ahead of him, you got Frosty and GP. And One Shot on that MXV Verb Moto ride. GP right in front of him, riding for old dads. And if that's not the team to be a part of, then I don't know what is. Aiden coming up in behind him on the FXR Kawasaki. One Shot trying to make a move. Meanwhile, the leaders out front beginning to pull away from this battle.
And it is back bar to bar between Aiden and Jin as they come across the finish line and begin a new lap.
So here we go. We're going to take it on board with Aiden once again. Look at these guys side by side right now. And back up and over that little hip jump there. It's kind of like a tabletop style. Once again, Jen opts to go to the inside. So same mistake as before. Aiden sees the open door. Up and over the triple he goes. He'll take the lead. Can he stay on 2 wheels? Yes, he will. We have a new leader once again here. Aiden on the TLD Red Bull ride has taken the lead. Let's see if he goes for the quad. He does. Is he going to get it? No. Oh, yes. He's able to hold on to it there. That was a close one. Looked like he was going to clip it with the rear wheel. Look at the deformation happening here in this race. Racetrack deformation is wide open, and this is fantastic for these riders because this is going to begin to separate them lap to lap here. Let's go back on board. Let's see what Mr. Nye has going on. Looks like he is beginning to come up to the rear wheel now of Morin. And we're going to stick right here with Mr. Nye for just a minute. I want to see what he can do. We might have a battle shaping up here between these 2 riders. As we take a look at the board. Five minutes and 18 seconds left to go here. in the first moto for our B class. These guys have not disappointed yet. Jin trying to figure out a way to get back by the leader, Aiden. And let's go back in the pack here. Let's go back to One Shot. Let's see where he's currently at.
One Shot fell back a little bit, had a big crash as he hits that uphill triple. It looked like he tried to take it wide on the outside line and might have fallen over the berm. So he has actually fallen back to a 12th place position behind Frosty. Timing and scoring will update when they come across the finish line.
And you can see we got some bar banging battles going on. We got two riders down in the background. One of them, it looks like, could be Boredom. Dennis Boredom on the number 622. Looked like he was on the ground back there. And look at this, One Shot making his move here, getting around Frosty as he comes up and over that finish line. Timing and scoring is going to reset. So One Shot currently in the number 11 ride. And let's go on board with Blazin', give him a couple laps here. Let's see what he can do. So Blazin' on that BRH Honda on the top portion of the racetrack. Anybody that has been to Muddy Creek knows that up top it can get slick, it can get dry. If it happens to rain, it can do the same thing, but it's a muddy fashion. Look at this, Blazin' comes up super shy here on this quad, so he goes down but doesn't lose time. Works out for him. He's able to hold on to that position there.
Cal, Aiden has gone down and Jin has retaken the lead. So once again, they are bar to bar as we're about to approach the finish line.
Here we go, side by side. Aiden onto the outside. And Jin stays down low. Aiden trying to make a move here. He's going to look for a different line. No, he follows right in behind. Up and over the finish line they go. Jin trying to hold on. Inside line there. Acceleration bumps coming out. Nice style up and over. These two riders really putting on a clinic here for the first moto of the B class. This is what you want to do, especially for the first race for this class. Side-by-side action here. This is phenomenal. Jin really putting up a fight. Aiden having some mistakes happening. This is calling for a very close race. Both riders go to the inside, up over that roller, and now approach the uphill triple. Aiden with a big mistake. He looks like he's going to do a Superman there. And he finds himself on the ground once again. Jin back out into the lead here. And let's see what we can find out with Morin as he is by himself in the number 3 spot on that Prospect Designs Kawasaki. And we're looking back through the field here. I want to see what's going on with One Shot as he is plugging away at it, but he begins to run out of time. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock as they work their way back around. And let's see if we can't get a little free roam action going on here. Give you guys a different look at this. Just stay on board with One Shot and try and bring you some action here. And
so taking a look at the fastest laps on the track right now, Cal, it is Aiden with a 148.5. The next fastest lap that we have is his teammate Jin with a 150. A majority of the pack is running 153s. So the difference between our top 2 riders and the rest of the pack is pretty significant, a 3 to 5 second gap. So I imagine that that's going to start playing a bigger role as we start getting into the bigger classes maybe, but lappers could become a problem as we get into the final laps of this moto.
And look at this, we got some action going on. This right here is Jimbo. He's going at it with Blazin'. So Blazin' trying to make a move here on Jimbo as Jimbo opts to go to the inside, shuts him down right there. Jimbo on that factory goon ride. Look at this racetrack as it begins to take shape here. As we approach the end of the moto to get things underway here tonight. Preseason racing right here on Twitch TV. This is the place to be. If you're not here, where are you? This is what it's all about, folks. Seeing the fastest riders on the game get after it. A-Class coming up. We're going to have another moto for B, and then we are going to move to the A-Class riders. If you're looking to see the bad boys, as some of you may call them, that's going to be where you're going to want to come on in here and make sure that you are watching on the Twitch channel. Meanwhile, we got two riders going at it here. That's Vinny Besson, and he's going at it with Ling Kiao on the Power Dream ride. My apologies if I don't get these names right. This is the first time around for me, so if I don't say something right, just let me know, guys, and I'll make sure I correct it for you. Lots of good battles on the racetrack here. What I'd like to do, I'm going to look for these leaders real quick. Let's see what I can find on the race leaders here. Sorry about that. Here we go, back on with Aiden. So Jin still the leader. Aiden in behind him. Jin about 4.5 second gap there between the two. And this moto about to come to a close. What a terrific battle that we have seen here in the opening moto for tonight.
Taking a look at Morin, who is currently sitting in our final podium position on third. He crossed the finish line with about a 7-second gap between himself and second, but Mr. Nye on the Bud Racing Honda has a closer gap to Morin, so with 2 laps left.
We got something big going on right now, Vox. I don't mean to cut you off, but our leader is down at the top of the triple here on the top of the hill. He's back up and running, but the thing that happened was as Aiden come up and over, I thought he was going to take the lead, but he made a mistake as well, so these riders right back to where they were moments ago.
It's just such intense racing. The TLD Red Bull guys, you know, they come from PDMX. They participated in our preseason qualifying event at Ironman. The preseason races will kind of help us gauge and get a better idea for where some of these riders belong. Certainly Aiden and Jen could compete in our A-class motos, but if you take a look at the pack and you take a look at the riders, it's good riding all over. You know, it just happens that these two guys are in a battle for the lead, but any more mistakes within the next lap and a half or so, Morin could capitalize. Mr. Nye is right there, so these guys have got to keep it clean and consistent for sure.
And look at this. We got Aiden going down here just on the left side of the start box area. So he's losing even more time now to Jin as they come up the hill into the left-hander. Bryce right in behind him. And that's going to be a lapper. So in behind Aiden, we would be looking for Morin on that Prospects Designs Kawasaki ride. And then in behind him in the number 4 spot, it's Mr. Nye. Running in the 5th spot is Luca on the BTR Kawasaki. 6th place is Vinny Besson right now. 7th going to the number 2, Jimbo. 8th place, Blazin. GP is running in the 9th spot, and rounding out the top 10 is Liquor on that FXR racing ride.
Cal, if you take a look at your timing and scoring, you'll see that Morin technically sits in 2nd place, even though Aiden physically holds the position in front of him. So somewhere Aiden has got about 5 seconds of cuts. So in order for Aiden to actually finish in 2nd, he's going to have to put a gap in on Morin, the same gap that he lost with his crash. So as long as Morin can stay close to Aiden for the rest of this final lap here in Moto number 1, then Morin will actually take our 2nd place position and push Aiden back to the final podium spot.
So big news breaking right there. Morin right now looks like he's sitting about 7 seconds behind, and 10 seconds back we have Aiden. So not only do we have lap traffic here to deal with, but we've also got the penalty times from Aiden. And look at this, Morin able to make a move here now. He is right in front of Aiden. These guys are going to go at it. Your leader just ahead of them, up and over that single there, over the table. And he's going to go through that left-hander. Let's go back on board with the leader as he is looking to bring it home here. This is the last lap for the TLD Red Bull rider. And Jen dropping down and in past that mechanics area, getting the board. Good job here. Mechanics giving him the thumbs up. Terrific ride. Look at the battle in the background. Aiden going at it as they head up the hill here on the right side of your screen. Coming together. Aiden going at it with Morin. And we're going to stay on board with Jen as he comes through the finish line. And then we're going to move directly back into that number 2 spot here. Aiden trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, the checkered flag flies. Jen on the TLD Red Bull ride takes the win. Morin looks like he's going to cross the line in the number 2 spot. And behind him, we have Aiden. It's Mr. Nye as he works his way back down to the center portion of the track here, coming down the downhill through that rough right-handed sweeper section. It's Mr. 9 looking to hold on to fourth, and he does, up over the finish line. Luca right there with him. No, and timing and scoring does change for us, so here we go. Top 5, folks, is going to be Jin taking the race win. Morin finishes up in the number 2 spot. Aiden will finish up in 3rd. Luca crosses the line in 4th, and it's Mr. Nye will round out the top 5. That is Moto number 1 for the B class here at BYMX.
Man, what a good moto. There were so many upsets. I was trying to keep as much attention on the pack as I could. But as you guys could see, this stream was really laser focused on some of these battles between these riders in the front spot. And it, as you saw, it came down to the last lap. So there are some riders still on the track who are finishing out their rides. We've got some riders who come from season 1 of Backyard MX, and you know what they're experiencing now is it's a new era, guys. Backyard MX has grown. It has blown up severely. Thank you guys for all the additional participation and support that we have. It's you guys who make these races so intense. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We can't do it without you, so that's why we do it for you. And it's just it's amazing to see, so I appreciate it. But as these riders finish out their lap, we'll have a 10-minute recess or intermission in between these motos, and then we'll be right back at it for Cal to carry us home through B class moto number 2. I hope you guys enjoy. I see a lot of people supporting Cal in the chat and just saying how much they love it. I knew you guys would love it. I knew you guys would understand why I wanted this man commentating Backyard MX. So just get hype and know that this is the level of energy that he brings, and this is the presentation that we want to present to you all.
So right here, like I said earlier, Vox Backyard MX is going to be the place to be. We're going to come in like a tidal wave, and we're going to make waves happen. This is going to be huge. We're going to push this thing to all new levels. Each and every one of you that are out there that want to take part in this, get in the Discord. Come race with us. Find yourself here in the A and B classes. If you can't get in there, it's okay. We have plenty of classes for you. Get in the Discord. Become involved. Be a part of this. Why not, right? This is one of the biggest things going right now, so let's make it happen, folks. Right now, we are going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Everybody stick by with us. We will be right back for Moto number 2